In recent years, baiting up whilst feeder fishing is something that's become increasingly popular. What I mean by this is introducing a volume of bait via a large feeder, and we do this with a specialist rod. These rods are designed specifically for baiting up. Currently, within the Acolyte range, we have two rods, the 10-foot and the 12-foot bait up rod. We've now filled a gap with a new 11-foot version. So why three different lengths of rod? For me, it's simple. There's two reasons. It's the distance that you're casting, or the distance that you're baiting up at, or to match the length of the rod that you're fishing with. We all know how important accuracy is whilst fishing, but also fishing at the correct distance, which we use distance sticks for, whether that's on a river or a lake. So when using the same length fishing rod as you are bait up rod, we're talking about the ultimate precision. Choosing the right length of rod for the distance you're fishing at can really make things a lot easier. Today I'm at Underbank Reservoir, and what a fantastic venue this is. Why have I chosen 35 metres? A couple of reasons for me today. I'm in the right depth. I felt that 15-16 feet of water would be nice. Beyond that, it's a lot deeper, and I felt that was too deep. Closer than that, it was much too shallow. The venue's very, very clear, like most places are at the moment, so I felt that was the optimal distance to fish at. And at this distance, it suits an 11-foot rod perfectly. Underbank Reservoir is a big, natural expanse of water. We need to introduce a volume of bait to gather those fish and draw fish into the area. With this in mind, we've used the 11-foot bait up rod to put 10 bait up feeders in at the start: worms, casters and dead maggots. Now the 11-foot bait up rod makes this process really straightforward. Like the 10 and the 12, it's got a nice soft tip, so when the feeder hits the bottom and you strike that bait out, you can feel the feeder emptying, but obviously in the bottom half of the rod is loads of power to cast those heavy feeders to the distances we're fishing at. Just like the existing 10 and 12-foot bait up rods, the 11-foot bait up rods comes with oversized eyes. Having oversized eyes offers less resistance, making casting effortless. Where allowed, I'll always use a bait up braid, and for me it's 017. Now you might ask why braid over mono, and for me it's two reasons. A braid makes it much easier to cast those heavier feeders at distance, but also once the bait up feeder's actually in the peg and the feeder's sunk to the bottom, combined with the soft tip on the bait up rods, you can really feel that feeder emptying as you're striking the bait out of the feeder, and this leaves the bait exactly where you want it and you're not spreading it around the peg. Today's session has proved why using a bait up rod can be so successful. At the start of the session, we introduced a volume of bait and caught really well for about an hour and a half. The fishing slowed and went a bit strange, and after a few casts I realised we were going to need some more bait. So I've picked the bait up rod back up, I've put 3 quick feeders in and followed that in, and we were straight into fish again. And we've actually repeated this process several times through the day, and every time it's worked a treat, bringing the fish straight back into the swim. This has resulted in a brilliant day's fishing and a cracking net of fish. It's my first time fishing Underbank Reservoir today, and I cannot wait to come back. If you're into your feeder fishing and you've not tried baiting up in this way, using a bait up rod to introduce bait at the start of a session or to bring fish back into your peg during a session fishing, I can't recommend it enough. It can turn a good day's fishing into a great day's fishing.